Hi everyone, it's Sue. I hope you're all keeping really well. I'm just popping on today. I've been working on some new handmade product for the shop. I can't show you that at the moment, but I've got all these scraps. So I thought I'm going to use them up now. Who have I become? Once upon a time, I would have thrown these bits and pieces out. So, excuse me, I have been heavily influenced by my beautiful friend Vicky. She has a YouTube channel, which I will pop down below, and she is notorious for playing with her scraps, and she makes beautiful projects with them. So lately I've been looking at my scraps a little bit differently. So I just thought I'm going to make some tags, very easy tags to do with them today. I'm using Tracy Fox's from Fox Creative or Love Junk Journals bumper butterfly kit, which I have used. I have printed this out twice and used all the butterflies already. So I'm going to be using some of that today as well. Possibly not these really big ones, but this size more so, but they are amazing. So I'll be using that. And these are really easy tags to make. Now, I've printed some of these out quite some time ago, and I've just put a whole heap of collage sheets together, so I really apologize. I'm not 100% sure where all of these come from. I know that these top ones here that I'm going to show you are from Artie Mays. She has a very distinctive style, so I'm pretty 100% sure that that is Artie Mays collage sheets. Now, whether they're from a separate kits, I'm not 100% sure either, sorry. But I've just grabbed a few of the collage sheets, and I think from memory, and once again I may be wrong and I apologize, I think these are Junk with Steph collages. So these I'm not sure whether they are as well, but I've just got some I think these are from Bohemian Crafting, Eva. Yeah, so I've just grabbed these. I think that may even be one from Eva. I'm not 100% sure. So basically what I'm going to do is I just want to cut some tag shapes out of some of these collages. And the reason I like to use the collage sheets is because you really don't have to do much in the way of decorating in the background. So I'm going to just grab a couple, and we're going to cut a few tag tag shapes out of. I love this because I love the swatches on there. Let's just grab one of Artie Mays, and I quite like this side of this collage. And we'll just go. I don't know whether I'm going to use all of these, but we'll get to make all of these today, but we'll get started. So normally I like to cut my tags, and I'm going to make these the height of this. This is an A4 sheet, pretty much. Okay, so this is a A4 sheet, what we call A4 here, and then this is probably an American A4 sheet, which is a little bit shorter. But I'm going to cut the tags, the height of the paper, which is approximately 8.5, 8.25. And normally I like to cut my tags when I make them that big, about 3 inches. You could do them 3.5, so we might do 3.5, so you get the idea. And then this has got white on the bottom, so I'm just going to trim that little bit off the bottom, and it's okay on the top. So I'm just going to cut these up very quickly into 3.5 inch widths, and I'll be back. Those few collage sheets I've cut them all down and trimmed off the whites if there were any on the top and bottom. So I'm just making sure I've got them all up the right way. So you can see, I mean, they're beautiful on their own, aren't they? You could even really do not much at all. If you don't have much time to do anything, you could back them with coffee dye paper. and sew around them, and you've got a beautiful tag. Okay, so they're all done. What I would probably do is I would cut the tops of the tags, the shapes that I want. So I might do that on a couple, and we'll work on a couple of tags and see how many we get done. So I've just got one of my old cards here, and I've put the shapes for a larger tag and a smaller tag. I can never snip and get it the same symmetrical, so I prefer to use that. I'm going to grab just a couple of different colour tags to start with. And go that. So we've got 4 here, and we can do them as a production line. Now, these papers, I haven't even thought about what colours are in them or anything, the scraps that I'm going to be using here. We're just going to run with it. The tops of those are all cut. Now, I'm not going to ink around these or anything until I've pretty much prepped what I'm going to put in the middle. So the idea of this is I'm just going to be using little strips. Okay, let's start with one. Little strips of varying widths and height, and I'm going to stitch through all of them. All right, just struggling to get the pieces here. What have we got? I mean, some of these I probably would prefer narrower. So, I mean, they don't necessarily go, but we're going to use those. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to take these strips to the machine, and I'm just going to sew a zigzag through them, and then cut them down to size to place on the tag. I have sewn a heap of those strips down the middle. Now, I still have all of these left, and I just thought I had enough for the video today just to do the narrow strips that were already cut down. I've missed one there. That's okay. I can sew that again later. But I will probably trim these down a little bit, like even cut that in half, so they're not as wide. This is just these are the leftover bits. Some have still got white pieces showing, but I'm going to distress the sides of them anyway. I'm just going to cut them apart, and then we'll start constructing a couple of tags. So some of these are the branding strip on 12-inch sheets that I've used. You can see this is the branding strip, and that's what it looks like on the other side. The same with this is a branding strip, and then I'm going to use this side. I haven't really thought about it too much. I've just sewn through some of these. Will have leftover strips off it, and I'll keep them and use them for future projects as well. So when I'm doing this, I just put the papers in the machine and just sew them as a chain. It doesn't take very long at all. There, I've cut those away, and then all I want to do, I might just do, oh well, we can do the 4 at once, may as well. I'm not sure whether I'm going to get it all in video in the screen here. And I'm just going to put down what I think will stand out a bit. I'm not thinking too much about it. I might even cut some of them on an angle, really roughly. Some I might leave like straight ends on them as well. So this one I probably will use for another project, so I'm going to put that aside with my other scraps. I love this colour. So I'm basically just cutting the strips, as you can see. And I think I want to do 3. So it's just adding more texture to the tag. I am, as I said, going to distress the 2 outer edges of the strips that I'm using on these tags. Okay, so that's pretty much what we're looking at. Nothing particularly goes with anything, but I'm just putting them down. I'm actually going to angle all of the ends, I think. And once again, I'm not thinking about which way they're being angled or what's happening with them. So I'm just snipping them. I think I'll put that one in the middle. And you can actually layer them all side by side like that if you want to, or you could stagger them like this. I think with this particular, I'm actually going, they're very fiddly trying to grab them. I think I'm going to maybe even just tip them like this on that one. So I'm just going to move these to the side a little bit and we'll work on this one. So I'm going to glue this bit here down because I want that one to be in the center. So I'm going to add just glue and just glue that randomly in the center of the tag. And possibly what I should have done with that is inked the sides, but that's okay. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to distress the outer edge on these 2 outside pieces. Some of this paper is a little bit lighter in weight, so you just got to be careful, I guess, that you don't tear it too much. And then I'm just going to add a little bit of ink. It just makes them pop a little bit more. And glue that down. You can see I've just inked and distressed the edges, outer edges of these strips. Now, if you wanted these strips to show up even a little bit more, you could use them on a more muted background. You could use them on plain card stock. You could use them on coffee dyed card. It's as limited as your imagination, really. So I have just randomly done that on all of those. Now what I'm thinking is I want to put a butterfly. So as I said, I'm using Tracy Fox's Bumper Butterfly Kit. Now I think these particular ones are a little bit too big. Some of them we can use and have them hanging off the side. So maybe we'll use 2 bigger ones. Let me have a look. So we might cut 2 bigger ones out of that, and then we might do one of these and maybe a couple of those. I will go and fussy cut some of them out. Alrighty, so I have cut out quite a few of those butterflies, and I was just thinking if I was to use the larger ones, they're going to hang over the side. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to back these tags with some coffee dyed paper, and I'm going to sew around them first, just so that if I do decide I'm going to stick a larger one down, I'm not trying to sew with the wings sticking out the side, if that makes sense. As you can see, I've sewn around, distressed and inked all of those. I'm loving how they're looking even without anything else on them. But I did that, as I said, the main reason I did that was because I'm thinking I'll use a couple of these bigger butterflies on a couple of the tags, and because they'll be overhanging, it's too fiddly to try and lift and sew at the same time. So what I'm going to do here is, I think I'll use this lovely yellow one, yellowy orange. I'm just going to ink the tips of the wings just so that you don't see just pure white. Not that it matters, honestly. Just so you don't see pure white when they're overhanging, if you see what I mean. I need to add a little bit more there. And as I said, it doesn't matter really. And then I'm just going to go through and add a little bit of ink around the edges here. You could put fussy cut birds, fussy cut flowers, some of the Tim Holtz wildflower die cuts. There's just so much that you could do with these, but it's just using up, I mean, it doesn't matter. It would go on any of these. I think I like it on that one. I might use it on that one. And I'm just going to I'll glue the antenna down. On some of these, I cut the antennas off because I couldn't be bothered cutting around them. Some I left them on. That's just the mood I'm in, and that's what happens with my fussy cutting. Sometimes they make the cut, sometimes they don't. Now my glue's all clogged up. And I'm just going to basically just glue that in the center of the tag. You can glue all those wings down if you want to. I like the 3D aspect of that. You can layer the different size butterflies on there as well. I don't... I mean, I would have to look at that more, try and get the ones that match, but that is a beautiful tag. I think it's a beautiful tag. Very easy, really not much work, and just using your scraps, using a collage sheet. As I said, you can use just plain coffee dyed paper. You could use book page paper. You could use anything. So it looks really lovely. Let's try, because this one's got a bit of a white background, let's try maybe this one. We'll do Do a bigger one on that one as well, because the bottom part of this is going to be sticking out as well. We'll do the bottom, ink the bottom part. And same thing, we'll just leave the wings loose. And you can even put them on a bit of an angle. I love this butterfly kit. I just can't get enough of it. And Tracy's got a bumper bird kit as well. I probably should have, I've got that. I should have printed that out and maybe even put some, a bird or something on one of these tags. So I'm really happy with that one as well. Now I just thought with something different. You could even do like a bigger one and then maybe 2 smaller ones. Why don't we do something like that? We need to ink around here. So this one we don't have to worry about inking the back because there's going to be no overhang. And I'm really not thinking about which butterflies I've chosen and which ones I could have chosen. I'm just grabbing a couple. I think we'll go like that, and we can put 3 on here. So I'm going to glue them down. That's my garbage collector in the background there, if you can hear some squealing. I was hoping I'd get this done before he turned up. You can then add labels. You could add, what do you call that, cheesecloth underneath the butterflies. Oh, there's so much that you could do, but I mean, these are simple and effective as they are. One, and then this one, let's just add, what have we got? I mean, I could have cut more out. We might just do that. And I mean, you can put, I probably will put some eyelets, an eyelet in the top of them, because I'm just not sure which journal this is going in at the moment. I normally like to leave that until the last minute so that I can put the ribbon or the twine or whatever I'm using in it so that it matches the journal. So that's the tags done. I hope you enjoyed them. I'm just going to show you up close so you can get a better idea. And then, yeah, I backed them all with coffee dyed paper. And I've left all the wings free. You can glue them down. So very simple, easy tag using up scraps and just a collage sheet. This one I've just put on the angle. But effective, I think. Let me know what you think in the comments. All right. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed that. I had fun. Had fun making them, and I've got lots and lots of strips left. So what I'll probably do is put them in a packet, and if I can't think of anything to do, I'll just relate back to these and just make up some beautiful, simple tags. So, all right, take care, everyone, and until next time, I hope you get a little bit of creating time in. See you soon. Bye-bye.